GSL Code S with Valdez and Artosis. And we just saw kind of an interesting match, a PVT, and now we have another PVT coming up. It's going to be Bomber going up against Panic.
Bomber looks like he's got a huge headache or he's incredibly tired or something.
He looks upset about something here.
I don't know why he would be. He's on SBENU.
Yeah, SBENU's doing so much for esports. I was just telling Brendan over here, I'm gonna go get some SBENU shoes.
Me too, man.
I gotta find where they sell them near my house. I'm gonna check the shoe store near my house.
Gotta show support. I mean, you sponsor one team, good for you. You sponsor like 5 tournaments and a team.
Seriously, like what the hell? It's so awesome. The
That's
guy's
like
done
auto. You need to buy their shoes.
That company is really smart because, like, guys, if you visit Korea, why don't you buy a pair of SBENU shoes? Seriously.
Oh, you should.
Like what they're doing, and I bet you they're really good shoes. I don't know. I haven't had them yet, but
Moonlay bought them, and he said they're really comfortable. So
there you go.
They look good.
Yeah.
Get a bit of that Asian fashion sense.
Yeah.
On you. It's good. It's good.
Let's talk about this match a little bit. This is actually kind of an interesting match for me because previously, except for this past Code A, Panic has not been Code S quality. Like, he makes it into Code S sometimes and stuff, but, like, always gets slaughtered. Now, I believe it was he against Trap, and he played, like, one of the best PvP series I've ever seen. Like, he played fantastically. It caught me soft guard because Trap, I respect his Protoss and his PvP specifically above almost everyone else in the world. Like, I really respect Trap as a player. He's great, but Panic, like, outplayed him. He played fantastically. He showed a new level. I don't know what his PvT looks like right now. I haven't seen many Bomber matches lately either, so I don't know how this match is going.
That makes it all the more exciting, Artosis. Especially because the first map is Iron Fortress.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I mean, I actually played this map a lot now from the Legacy of the Void beta. It's a weird one. Here we go, guys. I don't know. I'm like getting caught off guard here, but let's introduce these players and we'll talk a little bit more about this map. Down here in the bottom left, legend in his own right,
SBENU Bomber.
That was too long.
MVP.
And then that was too fast. Oh man, when they leave it that long in the face, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Come on.
I just look at you and we just both burst out laughing.
It's like really. I mean,
well, at least they gave Panic like similar amount of time. It's not just for Bomber.
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting thing that we can talk about a little bit. First, though, we were talking about Iron Fortress a little bit. What do you think about this map? Because we've seen it more and more recently. So,
I mean, it's good for if you want to play 2-base play, of course.
Yeah.
But the 3rd and 4th base is for pretty much every race are very hard to defend.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be easiest on Terran. You know.
Not one person there is Korean. Hello, everybody. They look like, oh yeah, no, I guess that's true. Like, yeah,
they look around, they're like, whoa.
Yeah. But no, I totally agree with you there. This is like it's really difficult to secure 3rd and 4th bases. Like it can be done. Like I guess once you have the 3rd up and that's secure, the 4th won't be as hard because you kind of like have a big enough army or something. But like.
But at the same time, the 4th base is far away from the 3rd, and
yeah, everything's kind of droppable. We see a lot of all-ins here for sure.
Oh yeah, we've been seeing so much PvZ in the last couple of days. Even for like all of Kespa Cup, we saw so many PvZs.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to catch any of Kespa Cup. I'm
very
very excited.
There were a lot of great games.
Oh, I'm going to sit down and marathon that thing. Maybe Sunday or Monday. I'm pretty busy next few days, but
you got like 28 hours of StarCraft coming at you.
Oh, there's more than that. I'm going to have to be a little bit selective about matches. You have to fill me in if there were any jobber matches that I can skip.
I think there was a Life versus Dream rematch, but Life just kind of crushed him.
Oh, really?
With aggressive play. Also, well, spoiler alert for all you guys who haven't watched the finals yet of Kespa Cup, but Dark, to get to the finals, he beat Life 3-0 with 3 all-ins. One was like a counter all-in. But it was just like the quickest series ever.
Cool.
So,
I'll probably
Those
take a
were
look at that.
yeah, those were kind of interesting just because of the players and
Well, that's the best two Zergs in the world right there.
Yeah,
It's,
how much hype there was behind those players, but it wasn't the best games.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointing, to be honest.
Well,
but overall, Kespa Cup was
if the bad
awesome.
matches are the ZVZs, what else is new, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
in my opinion, definitely the worst matchup in this game. Not that it's... I don't actually hate the matchup or anything, but when I compare it to the other matchups, it's my least favorite to watch for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Moonglay would definitely disagree with us. He loves the Rhodes versus Roach, but...
I think that this happens when you actually truly love the game. Like, I love PvP. I love it. I love every aspect of it. Except when people proxy gate me and I don't. I don't like that part. But other than that, it's anyway, yeah. I mean, that's...
We recently had a all-Protoss group over at SSL round of 16. I heard there were like a ton of proxy gates.
Ooh. Yeah, well, who was in the group?
And some Phoenix play. I think it was
partying in the group?
I don't...
Was SOS or partying in that group? Because that would explain the proxy gates pretty well.
You know, I know Deer and Hero were there and Stats, I believe. I can't quite remember the fourth
That
one.
sounds
I
like a
actually didn't
fantastic
cast
group.
It was Moonglade and Wolf casting that day, but...
I got to go catch up on all these games. I'm excited. But taking a look here, we do have, it looks like, some Hellions coming out of this factory, along with the medevac. If he can line up a bunch of probes, that can be a very quick victory. In the meantime, we do have Panic going for a Robo. I do wonder if we're going to see him go directly in a Colossus drop into a 2-base all-in. That's a very popular build, PvT, on this map. Just straight into an Observer, though. That's not necessarily weird in any way. Oh, 2 gates being added as well. Well, it could be an Immortal push or something like that as well. That's a great scout right there.
What is this Stalker, man? The scouting, spotting, poking Stalker.
Yeah. This is so worth a Stalker. He just slowed them down for a long time. Like, I don't even, like, I think you need to start making pylon walls, like, at your gas and stuff.
He's beginning to. The Marines are going to try to drop here. He's actually going to pull everything away there.
He needs a force field!
Oh,
God,
he missed
God!
it! He missed it!
Oh, that
Sentry dies!
Oh, that was the biggest missed force field that we've seen in so long.
Look at this. What else does he have? He has 2 Stalkers. One of them is about to die. There's no more Photon Overcharge. This might just be game. Look at how many probes have gone down.
Yeah.
The mule drops.
Said, and all of this from a missed force field. How crazy is that? Look at those. Oh, my God.
Wow. Bomber off to a great start here.
It's off to a great finish, I would say. Like, there's 19, there's double the miners here for Bomber, and that's, I mean, that's a big deal, guys.
Yeah.
He's making a bunker right now. He saw the Immortal. He knows that this has to be an all-in build now from Panic. I think it originally was going to be anyways, but he's killed so much that all he has to do is defend, and that's a victory. No more attacking, just defending.
Yeah. So hope he doesn't make any mistakes. Lose some units for no reason, or like salvage his bunkers before the attack hits, or something weird.
You know,
I think it should be just fine. His stim is finishing up. Yeah, Bomber's in such a great place to win this game.
He's got 2 medevacs. He's going to have stim. The economy is dead of Panic. It's so obvious that an Immortal all-in is coming. I'm sure that we'll see a couple more bunkers go up. Like, if you're not willing to spend 200 minerals on bunkers right now
to win the game, essentially,
it's like when you kill
what are
that
you willing
many,
to spend
when
it
you
on?
When you get that far ahead early game in StarCraft, literally the only thing you should be thinking about is what are the various ways that I could die very soon.
Yeah,
that is really all you need to think about, because that is the only way you can die is very soon. The longer this game goes, the more his lead is exacerbated, really.
Bomber's being so cheeky, too, with just these 2 Hellions. He has a spotting SCV to make this attack, make sure this attack is coming, but he only drops down 2 extra bunkers now.
Pretty decent force fields. That was actually pretty good. Doesn't have an observer here. He has an observer somewhere. Actually, I have an observing PC. Where is it? Okay, it actually is here. Never mind. All right, so he has the
top
observer.
left there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he's getting these bunkers. The bunkers are actually pretty late. That was pretty greedy of Bomber. They didn't need to be that way, but I don't think it actually is going to end up being a deciding factor of this game. Kind of sucks he doesn't have a bunker right there, but I mean the bunker would be picked off by now.
Ooh, interesting force field there. Trying to knock down this Widow Mine, not let it be repaired.
Does actually get it.
Panic being very patient with this.
Yeah, this is the way he has to do it. This is the only way he really has a chance in this game is a methodical push in. He can't wait too long because the medevac and unit count will get too high for his opponent, but so far I feel like he's going about it very well. Because if he had fully committed yet, he would have already been stomped. May as well build up that sentry count a little bit. All right, pretty good force fields coming down for sure. Targets down a medevac, kill some SCVs off, kill some units off. Slowly but surely trying to whittle through here. Going to pick off another bunker very, very quickly there. Good force fields once again. Has 4 immortals. 1 getting a lot of damage. Oh, man. He needs to pull that way back. It's almost better to not even have that in the next battle than to just throw it away.
Bomber thinks he has enough. A lot of force fields are used, and I think he just will.
Yeah.
He's going to push forward and take game 1.
All right. So Bomber wins game 1. I'm sure that most people watching are like, of course he wins game 1. He's Bomber and this guy's Panic. But I feel like that game isn't necessarily indicative of how Panic's going to look today. He missed 1 force field that cost him a game. He literally, like, his sentry died, like, less than a second, I think, before the force field was going to go down.
That's StarCraft, man.
That is StarCraft. That is StarCraft. It should have been down faster, but it wasn't, and so he loses the game just straight up really fast. That push really didn't have anything to do with it. The game was already decided. So we'll see if he can, we can have a more realistic game this next game. Like a game more indicative, I guess, of the skill levels of these players.
Yeah. I actually do not remember what the maps were. Okay, it's Overgrowth.
I don't even know if they were shown, were they?
They were. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
So I think Panic will be a lot more comfortable on this map compared to the last one.
Yeah. Well, that last one is a weird one. That's why he was going for the Immortal push anyways, and I think that's why Bomber... Yeah. Well, Bomber uses weird builds anyways, but...
Creator accidentally joined the lobby. Bomber's like, Creator, what are you doing here?
It's like, hold on. Panic will be ready for your loser match soon. But, all right, next map, being Overgrowth, definitely a much more standard map. I think that this map is going to tell us much more about what the rest of this group will look like.
Yeah. Panic, he looks kind of frustrated, actually, after that loss. That's the kind of one where you lose on ladder after a couple losses before, and you're like, all right, taking a break.
Yeah.
I can't actually play anymore. But Panic, he's a professional. He has to play now.
He certainly does. We'll see if he can take this game, put it tied up. Well, the thing is, even if he loses here, I think he still has a decent chance. Because I think his PvP is straight up better than Creator's, so we'll see about that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Game number 2, Bomber against Panic. Here we go. Down in the bottom left, our Terran legend is
SBENU Bomber.
Recently just got into the team house. Likes the atmosphere. There's more players coming in every day. And up here in the top right,
MVP Panic.
I hope we get to see this guy a little bit more in Pro League for MVP. The round 3 is starting next week. So maybe
that's
we'll
awesome.
See him.
I'm very excited about that.
Me too,
I can't wait. That's I like when something like that lines up pretty well with a period where I didn't get to catch all the StarCraft, because it's kind of like a fresh start. I can be like, okay, I'll just catch this entire round.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
The players had time over the 2-week break to study some new builds, and now
it is all fresh to a certain degree.
It is.
So that's I like
especially for Zergs with the recent changes to Formos. There were some other changes, of course, in that patch, but that is definitely the biggest one. And it's very interesting to see that matchup, especially ZVP, but also like ZV Mech. We've been seeing some of that too. Fantasy choosing to go like straight mech in most of his games, even on maps that aren't great for mech. He's like, well, they don't have Swarm hosts anymore, so I can just do this.
It's definitely a different way that you have to approach it as a Zerg player, and that's going to take a while for people to figure out. It's exciting, though. I like that.
The initial
and the thing
reaction,
is, I don't even hate the Swarm host. I actually enjoy Swarm host games, but I'm excited. What were you saying about the initial reaction?
It's the initial reaction to a change like this that's this big to essentially make a unit so different that it can just not be used in the way it used to be used.
Yeah.
And the initial reactions from even all the pro Zergs, like even Moonlady's like, oh, this is just not okay. Like, this is just too much.
Yeah. It's interesting.
You need to give it time.
Yeah, because this isn't like a beta. This is like a real live game that is being played professionally, right? So Zerg win rates should fluctuate a lot right now. This should be very tough for Zerg players to deal with, which we never do see things like that. But, you know, the thing is, I'm sure that they will find answers, but it's painful to have, you know, kind of the drop in win rates suddenly because of that.
Yeah. Especially at a time with as big a tournament Kespe Cup was with all the WCS points in there. Like,
yeah.
Maybe if Dark had Swarmhost, would he have won the finals against Hero? I don't know.
I think he actually had a better chance because of that. Okay, now this is going to sound stupid and weird, but let me explain this. First off, by the way, this is a fantastic scout. What a great scout. Sees the factory. That's the most important thing in early game, to see if they're going factory after expand or not. Anyways, let me say this. Hero is by far the best Swarmhost killer that Protoss has.
Yeah,
he has it down to a science and an art form. He is fantastic. If you go Swarmhost, he'll kill you basically every time. Like, he is so good against it. But Swarmhosts are so good against Protoss that Zergs just go for Swarmhosts a lot of the time against Protoss. So the fact that Dark couldn't even do that, the thing is, Dark is one of the best Swarmhost users. So that I would have loved to see that. But it may have even made it closer that he didn't have it in a certain way, because I would bet on Hero killing anyone that has Swarmhosts, because he's just, like, he knows how to do it. He knows how to pressure every location. He knows how to drop everywhere and use warp prisms and use, you know, Oracle 10 gate into warp prism, like, just shut you down.
He was so good at it that it forced a player of the caliber of Rogue to totally switch up his style to try to counter it.
Yeah.
And it still didn't work.
And Rogue's a top 5 Zerg, so...
Yeah.
I mean, Dark I consider like a top 2, so it's like maybe a little bit different there. Anyways, that's...
Yeah. It's all speculation, you know?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Look at this.
This is just what he does.
Panic saw the game earlier. He's like, that didn't work. I can make it work.
All right, we'll see. Now,
only 2 gates, though.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I wonder what the point of just 2 gates over to the side is. Huh.
I guess it's just to hide information. Just as much information as possible.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, so that's not that many probes. That could have been much worse. Oh.
Reaper got 2 probes somehow.
Yeah. But the Reaper didn't even scout everything, so, like, still those hidden gates, I'm not sure exactly what they're up to, but... Oh, okay, I see exactly what's going on. I'm sorry. This is so old. This is from, like, Rain's old runs in 2013. He did builds like this, where you went tech, he got Observer and went 3-gate Stalker and just counterattacked you. And it's a very powerful move, and one we almost never see anymore. But really, very cool to see this busted out by Panic.
Yeah. Very, very cool build. And if you notice what he's doing back at home, he's totally sacked the natural. He has a Photon Overcharge on the main. So he can be totally defensive, save all of his economy, while doing a ton of damage to the economy of bombers.
When you go for the quick factory, Stalkers out-micro everything that you have.
GG.
I mean, that was simply a really smart build order choice, and it's...
Wow.
The thing is, to bust out... This is a very anachronistic build. This is a build literally from Rain from 2013. Like, this is something that he would do on, like, Belshire Vestige and stuff, okay? It is so old, so dated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It rotated out of metagame,
that makes it so much better, because Bomber would never expect that. He's like, what? When is the last time I saw this build?
No, forever ago, years. Yeah. Literally like 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half at the most, or at the least. So really nice to rotate that back in. Well done. And Bomber looks really upset by it.
Everybody's beginning to hate the Stalker now. If you just mass it at the right time, if you just have enough against what you would have to defend against it, it's just so annoying to face.
It certainly is.
But they're so fun to use as a Protoss too. I love the Stalker.
They're really like our fun unit. Like,
yeah, they are.
I guess the Oracle is
Especially
pretty cool
with
and Phoenix is pretty cool. But it's like one of the units you can actually micro and actually do things with, you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. People don't like the Stalker. Yeah, well, I don't like units from every race.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
That's
you know what I don't like? The Marauder.
Yeah.
That unit's dumb.
Widowmine. I don't like the Widowmine.
Yeah.
Probably my most hated unit.
I think a lot of people
Coming from a Protoss player, you know.
Or even a Zergs. I think a lot of Zergs would agree with you on that.
Well, King Sejong Station is map 3.
Perhaps the greatest map of all time.
Do you think so?
In my opinion, this is the best StarCraft II map we've ever had. Wow. I think it is giving us...
That's saying a lot. We've had a lot of StarCraft II maps.
I think it's given us the best games.
You mean it's not Metalopolis?
No.
I thought it was.
Nope.
Okay.
It's not Metalopolis. That is for sure. You know, in my opinion, at least, I really like this map. I think it's given us great variety, great games. The way it's been played has changed a lot. It looks pretty.
It does look pretty.
I like it.
It's named after a very famous king in Korea.
Yeah,
has a lot of history behind it. The guys, game 3, Bomber versus Panic, right now.
Oh, in the top left. You looked at me like, oh yeah. Top left, our Terran player.
SBENU Bomber.
And this time it's like a super long intro, so you have enough time anyway.
Yeah. Let's see how long we stare at Bomber. Look at him, there he is.
He's a handsome guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Down in the bottom right, in the blue, our Protoss player.
MVP Panic.
Chicken Maru.
Yeah. Chicken was bought yesterday, actually, at the Kespa Cup Finals.
Oh, nice.
From Chicken Maru.
Excellent.
To say, like, hey, thanks for sponsoring esports.
That's, you know, that is a good thing to do. If you're out here and you want to eat some Korean fried chicken, it's actually kind of famous. People know that Koreans make really great fried chicken.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's quite well known. And so if you come out here and you're a guy that likes, or a girl that likes fried chicken, try Chicken Maru. And yeah,
support esports.
What was there was another chicken place that used to sponsor Prime, if I recall correctly.
Mama's Chicken?
I think they sponsored someone too, but it was like, it wasn't like chicken, but it was something like that, where it was 2 words that were the same in a row. See, I'd never go to Chicken Hops because I don't eat meat, so it's hard for me to remember things like this.
Yeah, I don't remember either, actually. That's a shame.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyways, Chicken Maru, guys. They're all over the place.
That's the current sponsor.
All over the place. Yeah, that's the one you want. And SBENU shoes. Artos is going to buy some.
Eventually, all the casters. I'll hold that thought. We're going to have a very, very sneaky Stargate here.
Ooh.
From Panic.
Yeah.
And based on the position, it's got to be Stargate.
By the way,
why would you ever put a Dark Shrine there?
Yeah. No, that's definitely a Stargate. We'll see if a depot goes over there or if the Reaper jumps down there, because it is possible that you would send a Reaper that way.
But the thing is, you can put a Stargate down there, and even if the Reaper does go down in a straight line, it does miss it if you put the Stargate in the right place. But he doesn't go anyway. Yeah.
Now the Reaper is going to get over here, and it's going to see how late the Nexus is, and that there are 2 gases with 3 probes on each. And of course, you can check the amount of gas. So Bomber should know that something's hidden.
He should. But double Chrono Boost on that Stalker. He's trying to get it out in time, but I think the Reaper should still be able to get it.
Yeah, with just a Stalker, he should be able to check that out. And the thing is, the fact that a Mothership Core isn't out tells you actually how much gas in a certain way. I guess he didn't get a full scout there with the Reaper. He turned around pretty quick.
I think he still knows, though. Yeah. Bunker started. He's making a second barracks, trying to pump out 2 Marines at a time. Engineering bay. Literally everything being done to stop this. right now.
That's right. This doesn't really have a lot of units to stop it with, though. There we go. The turret going to get started right away, but this Oracle is so fast. The Oracle actually is going to do a lot of damage, it looks like.
Let's see what he
Maybe
goes
not
for.
a lot, but some for sure. Like,
targeting down the SCVs that try to remake this missile turret. Gets 4.
yeah, not perfect targeting, but good enough targeting. That was a very strong Oracle right there.
And he's not done yet. He's got Stalkers at the main. Oh, looks like he doesn't want to commit to it, though.
Yeah, the Stalker turning around is kind of interesting because his opponent has to kind of keep his Marines back until he has a certain amount. But I love that he's grabbing a second Oracle. This is some good play by Panic so far.
Gonna come in the back, get 1 kill, and just float away. Reaper comes back.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have anything here to... That might be why he sent back this Stalker. Yeah, now it's all about Bomber being very careful against Oracles. I don't know if he knows that there is a second Oracle right now. I didn't actually catch if he went in with that.
Second Oracle did go in, I think.
Okay. All right, so knowing that there's 2 is important.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need to be mining from his natural. He doesn't need to worry about that too much right now, because it's more important that he doesn't lose SCVs than that he mines extra, because his opponent has such a late Nexus as well. As you can see, it's still not done.
Yeah.
There are games where the 3rd Nexus is started by now.
Yeah. He can just drop mules in the back, too. He doesn't even need to drop them there at the natural either, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's totally fine. He's got that combat shields on the way.
Do have a Forge and Robo coming up here for Panic. Might go into just a very normal game from here. Wouldn't expect him to make any Phoenixes. But the Oracles he needs to do a little bit more with. Like, he needs to be swooping in, killing off a little bit here and there. Like, for instance, that SCV could have gotten... Can't spend, all his time babysitting on top of the Oracles, but they can't only do what they've already done.
Yeah, this is... he could have gone in there, actually, to the main. There are some of those gas SCVs that he could have poked down, but... I guess he just wants to be very passive with these and always see where that army is.
Yeah, I guess the number, if we could number everything that's important with these Oracles, number 1 is not to lose them. That is the most important thing. What? 2 factories?
Yeah, double factory.
Oh, okay. He's actually doing a build that we have seen only a few times from, Jokchi and Polt, and I think one other player did it during Code A or last season Code... No, I think it was during Code A.
Well...
Oh, did he just cancel?
Yes.
Okay, so...
Seems like it was a mistake.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was a mistake. There is a build, though, with the 2 facts, where you're making, a lot of Hellbats and stuff, and Siege Tanks, whatever. Anyways, that's not happening. But, back to the Oracle thing, it's most important he doesn't lose them. And then... obviously he needs to be scouting with them. Because he went Oracles, he can't really afford to be making many Observers. So these are kind of doing the work of Observers as well. Got to keep that in mind. Tagging Medivacs, tagging units, flying in, checking his tech. It's kind of like a little trade-off. Because you waited so long for that Robo, and you need Colossus. So it's not the gas that you're missing so much as the Robo build time.
Still does have 2 observers out on the map, kind of bunched together. Should get that fixed up there. And yeah, we're seeing him sit back, get all his tech up, get those Colossi out, the upgrades, getting the armor, the range, the blink, everything you would want. And looks like he's even sending a probe down to that 3rd base too.
Yeah, it's about time to take that, I would say. He's pretty safe right now. He's done good work with the Oracles. Is continuing to kind of threaten the Oracles coming in, which is keeping Bomber way more passive.
It's so annoying for a Terran player in this situation.
Yeah.
We're going to see the only aggression he puts on is a drop, but that Mothership Core is going to have a ton of energy. He's got Colossi out. This is mainly only Marines in the drop.
Okay, so drops out here. He might be able to get a cancel on the third. Like, that would probably be the best thing that could happen here for him. I don't think anything else even... There's not even potential, really, for anything else. And even here, I don't... Oh, no. There's no way it's going to happen now. Ooh.
Blake is close to finishing, too. You have to be so careful with those medevacs. He doesn't have a lot of stalkers, though. And maybe he knows that. Maybe he sees it, too. He's like, okay, I can put on some pressure.
Well, more medevacs coming out right now. Did he just tag him? Yeah, he did. Okay.
Nice.
Now, that's one of the really nice things about still having the oracles alive. As soon as he tags it, it's like, okay, for like a minute, you can't do anything with those. Yeah. Those units are useless. He has to keep them away from everything else. Because if you see that coming in, you intercept and you kill.
Double drop coming into the natural, but... Well, this is nice. 6 probes is going to pick up, lift out, doesn't lose much. Even going to get 7th probe.
Still Bomber doing little attacks here and there, getting some stuff done. You know, he doesn't have a 3rd Nexus. I mean, a 3rd CC down. Well, actually, he has it, but it's not mining yet. So, okay. I was actually a little bit worried there for a second, and then I realized I had the Observer PC, and I checked.
I think he might go for a bit of a push. 3 ghosts. He's stayed at 46 workers for a while. He's getting some pretty consistent Viking production. Not double starport, but he's going to have a decent amount.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of bio.
He should have like 8 or so when he hits, I guess, if he does go straight down. I don't know if he can actually get anything done, though. It seems like the Panic has actually made like a very strong composition of units. He's even making some Immortals. He's getting his charge. His +2 armor is about to finish. He has 3 Colossi, which is how many you want here.
There you go. Boys push coming your way. Only 6 Vikings.
That's great.
Only 6 Vikings in the air right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough. I think Panic sits at 3 Colossi.
Yeah, he has 3 Colossi.
Which is usually the number you do sit at, especially when you're transitioning.
Look at this. He actually intercepted some of the reinforcements, slowed it down slightly. I don't know if that was the best use of those, but it's okay. But this Panic reacted instantly. Started cannons, pulled probes from 3rd, made Archons. Because he had High Templar tech, so he needed any splash, any hit points he could get immediately. This is going to be a perfect defense. Like, well, we'll see how he micros it, but like, he's done everything perfectly here, basically. He's so ready for this.
And this is such an awkward position for Bomber because he essentially has to do it. He's committed to this attack. He's still got a lot of stuff here.
Well, here we go.
Oh, that was a huge EMP on all of the Zealots. They're being popped like flies, but is it enough stuff for the Terran still?
It looks like his Vikings actually going to work here, and they've already killed off a couple of these Colossi. Looks like he should just barely punch through. That was really good that he actually got that EMP off. He broke through because Panic was doing everything just right there. That was a really great attempt at a defense by Panic. And a really great push by Bomber. This was actually quite a nice game.
Yeah. It seems like Bomber somehow identified that Panic wasn't going heavy Colossi and that he was transitioning. And he's like, okay, I only need like 8 Vikings. That's it.
He hit the timing, which was actually very slim, because we would have seen, instead of those 2 Archons, we would have seen Storm plus Chrono Boost on Storm, like, non-stop if Bomber hadn't moved out right then. And if Panic got Storm, he's so far ahead. But Bomber hits him right when he's weak and moves on to that winner match.
Really
well
nice timing.
Yeah.
Loving that play out of Bomber. Definitely already improving based on the last games we saw this guy in. He's getting to get up there.
Yeah.
Once again.
That was just really, that was some top-end play, and I think Panic played really, really well. Very impressed. I mean, we'll see if Panic can maybe come back later on. I think he should be Creator, but we'll see. Creator doesn't have bad PvP.
Yeah. Creator's also lost a lot in PvP. He has a lot of experience.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to learn from. And if he is as prepared as he did say he was with this gigantic notebook for PvT and PvP, I guess, because those are the only 2 possible matchups in this group, we'll see how prepared he is for this matchup. I would still favor Panic, as I think you would.
Yeah,
so
I think Panic's PvP was just so good in Code A that I'd favor him against most Protoss in the world right now, to be honest. But we'll see about that. First, we are going to have a TvT to see which Terran will move on. Either one would be great to have in that round of 16. Innovation versus Bomber coming up next after this quick commercial break.